Well, one thing about long hair and beards is they do get to the point where they're hard to control. I still have to grow out my hair a little bit more. My beard's about where it needs to be, and I can probably just start trimming it now for actually, because of what I'm doing, I've got to keep it almost exactly the way it is now. So, at least for a little while. Hello, everyone. Welcome as you come in. Hopefully, this is going up. There we go. All righty. Back in October, I mentioned to everyone that my autobiography, of course, it's been out of print. I think it was still being printed as late as 2000 or so. But there have been no additional reprints of that. I didn't bother to do it. And then I had so many requests for it. Uh, I don't consider it to be all that great. I'm not a writer really. I mean, I can do okay, but like the Crimson Thread, that took a lot of effort. But at any rate, so I mentioned to everybody that it was in the process of being reprinted, and I thought it might be sometime around Christmas, but I wasn't sure, and it actually took a little bit longer. Anyway, the publisher called me yesterday and told me that the book is now available to anyone who wants to purchase it. This is it here, okay? So, I've shown this before, and I know it gets a lot of people on edge because of the subject matter. But what's important in this book is, and I'll just read you the back from a freelance journalist that read it after I wrote it. I'm going to need my glasses on for this because it is a story of a person standing up against really impossible odds. So let me read this to you. Royston Potter was a law enforcement and security professional. This was in 1996, okay, when she wrote this. Her name's Carolyn Campbell. I'll just read her particular thing. I'll just read exactly what she wrote. This book is the compelling story of one man's brave determination to live his religious convictions in the face of a disapproving society. It's also an insider's view of a fascinating alternative lifestyle. The narrative is filled with intriguing controversy and provocative allegations of abuses of power from mighty institutions upon a single individual. And that was Carolyn Campbell, who's written for a lot of magazines as an award-winning freelance journalist. And she honored me with that review of the book. So here it is. It is ready for you to purchase if you so desire. Okay. Again, I know this isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea, but if you want to know why I did what I did, this explains a lot of it. Okay. Not all of it. I don't get into a lot of the religious reasons or spiritual reasons, and those are something that are different. Religion and spiritual reasons are always different. Sometimes they're closely related, but in my view, they're actually far apart. Religion means regulation, so I don't like using that. But if you want to understand why I did it, why I viewed what this was that I was doing as being important, and then what happened to me because I stuck to my principles, whether you like them or not, this will give you some indications. It's about 263 pages of, let's see, actually it's longer than that, I think. 263 pages. And then I'm not certain of the reprint, but I suspect that there'll be some photographs and things that you'll be able to look at as well from that time period. All right. So in the description box below is the address and the phone number to Pioneer Press, Old Pioneer Press. Pioneer Press was the one who originally published it, and then the son of the owner of that took it over and changed the name to Old Pioneer Press. So it's in the description box below, and you can order it from them. And I would suggest that you call them if you could first. The book is going to be about $20, okay? $20, $25, right in there somewhere. I think closer to 20, but I do not know what the shipping and handling will be. It depends on how many copies you get and all that. I don't expect that you'll want more than one, but I wanted to get this out today because people have been waiting a long time. That was 6 months ago when I first announced. Well, yeah, 6 months ago, and here we are, well on to the other side of April, and it's finally there. So if you'd like to get a copy of it, again, in the description box below, Old Pioneer Press. It's in Santaquin, Utah. You can write them. I'd suggest you call them first. Find out, exactly what the price will be. Like I said, I think it'll be about $20. Shipping and handling will have to be added into that. And I don't know if there'll be any kind of discount if you buy more than one. I just don't know that. But deal with them. I think you'll find them very pleasant people. Kevin Kraut is the owner of Old Pioneer Press, and he or his staff there can help you out when you call and order it. Okay, so it's ready to go. All right, I'm going to be posting this information also on the community posts in a post there so people can get it, and I'm going to put it on Twitter. All right. So now you'll be able to know a little bit more about this mysterious, crazy, well, I don't know what else to call it. Anyway, this guy who's been in the spotlight for actually longer than 40 years. I was during some military things in the mid-70s. I made the news then. I made the news in even when I was a young kid for reasons I won't go into. Nothing I did wrong. I had a disease and they cured me of it, which was unheard of in those days. So I made like the front page of the Washington Post and the Washington Times and some of those things. But anyway, I've been in the news actually for a long time for one thing or another. So this will again give you some background information if you're interested. Okay, I won't make this long. I just wanted to announce that it's ready. I am aware of monographs. If you folks are worried about monograph, I understand that. I saw the video. I've tried calling them. Apparently the number I have doesn't work anymore. I don't know what's going on. I can't answer that. It is concerning. I hope you'll get in touch with me at some point in time. Let me know if everything's okay. All right, again, description box, address where you can get my autobiography that's only up till 1996. I published this in 1996. The reprint is only this book up through 1996. They are trying to get me to write a sequel, a volume 2 of this from 96 to the present, which is even more of a wild ride than this one is. Okay, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not too terribly inclined to do that. We'll see how things go with the sales on this. Okay, now again, I make nothing from this. When I wrote this book in 96, I did it to explain, just like Carolyn Campbell said, what happens when you stand up against mighty institutions, powerful institutions. That was the real message I wanted people to understand. And you'll get that when you read the book. And I didn't make any money then either. We just charged enough for the book to cover the printing costs. Okay. Same thing now. I get nothing from this book. Okay. I'm not here to sell it so I can make money off of you. Remember, I don't use YouTube for that. All right. All the money that is charged for the book is to cover the printing and the effort that they put in it, because they had to do some editing and things like that. Nothing major, but there were some things that they had to fix. And so they put a lot of time in it, and they're so deserving because they've been some of the greatest people in the world. But again, I'm getting no remuneration, compensation, anything from this. It all goes to the publisher. All right? Just so you're aware. I'm not on here, selling myself. All right, that's all I got. You all take care. Again, in the description box, it's waiting there for you. I call them first, get the cost and the shipping and handling for how many copies you want. If you don't want to call them, of course, you can write them and they can get back with you. But I think calling would be the best thing. Okay, that's all I got for you. We will do a live stream, I'm hoping, tomorrow. I'll bring this up again just for people who may have missed it. And we'll talk about some things. And a lot of crazy things are going on right now. And I don't see them getting better. There are no saviors in the political system. I hope you understand that now. There are none. I don't care who you name. There are none. All right, you all take care. I got to go out here.